Okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Bazara, and my talk today is about, as you can see, is about choices. First of all, before delving into the details of the speech, I would like to say that as the NCTR, Nile Center for Technology Research, we are so pleased, we are so happy to be gold sponsors for such an event. We believe that the fintech industry will definitely benefit a lot from such high quality gatherings and meetings, and we are very proud to be part of the whole experience. My talk today is about choices. Choices we make every day, and choices that we may have to make in the future. In particular, the choices that concern payment systems or e-payment systems in particular. Actually, the topic is quite interesting because payment in itself is a complex thing. Maybe because it's about money, and we care about money, as we all know that. We care about how we pay others, and we care about how others pay us, actually. And with all the available options, the e-payment systems available out there, it may become a little bit confusing to choose the right system. For example, a merchant who wants to adopt a certain payment system in his online shop or store may find it a little bit difficult to choose the right one. Also, a consumer who would like to make a transaction using a certain payment system for certain type of transactions may also find it a little bit difficult. So with that complexity in mind, we need some sort of a system, some sort of a framework, some sort of a simplifying framework, as you can see, that has some factors, that has criteria that will help us in terms of choosing the right payment system. And in this talk, I will be focusing on one of these frameworks, a simplifying framework, which is called the 6 C's framework. As you can see, it has 6 factors: capability, cost, convenience, coverage, confidence, and confidentiality. So I will be looking at all these factors, each and every one of them in detail, and at the end of the talk I will link that with what we provide at Nile Center for Technology Research in terms of products and services that will help the fintech to live up to the expectation of this simplifying framework, the 6 C's framework. Actually, it's this framework has been used in some developed countries to draw the roadmap of adoption for certain payment systems. For example, in Australia, it has been used widely. Okay, so let's start with capability, which refers to the functional ability of the system, the payment system, to undertake payments. So simply, in a cash-based transaction, it refers to the ability of me as a buyer to deliver goods or services, and you, or maybe me as a seller, to deliver goods and services, and you as a buyer to hand me cash. In e-platform or e-payment systems, it may be a little bit difficult because we need to establish some sort of a long-distance connectivity between sellers and buyers, and we need also in the background to validate the identities of the exchanging parties. So this is a very important issue to make sure that the platform or the payment system provides the necessary capabilities. Number 2 is cost. And we all know that with all platforms, with all payment systems, there is some sort of a cost incurred in the transaction. And our aim in the fintech, of course, to reduce that cost to the minimum. So it is very important for me as a consumer or a merchant to know exactly how much cost will be incurred on me for using payment system number 1 and payment system number 2. Of course, the logic says that if number 1 costs me less, then I will go for it. Number 3, convenience. And we are living in a very demanding world, as we all know. We would like to do all transactions from the comfort of our homes and offices, and we would like to do business around the clock. So whenever the payment system is complicated, whenever there is some sort of a tedious, lengthy registration process each and every time I use the system, then I will definitely not use it. Number 4 is coverage. And of course, as we all know, there is no point in investing time and money in adopting a payment system that is not widely accepted. It will be just a waste of time, and this is something that payment system providers need to have a close look at. Number 5 is confidence. And confidence is actually the belief that whenever I do a transaction on a certain payment system, then the transaction is completed successfully and the value is delivered perfectly. So without these 2 pillars, I will not have any confidence in the system, and I will definitely resort to another one. Finally, we have confidentiality. And in confidentiality, actually, as we all know, maybe the most, the biggest advantage of cash, so to speak, is anonymity, as we all know. So if I want to buy anything with cash, then all I need to do is to step in the store with my cash in my pocket. I take whatever I want to take, and I give the cashier my cash. No one registers any information about me. No one knows my purchasing habits or maybe my eating disorders or anything like that. So it's completely, anonymous. And maybe in particular, this C, confidentiality, is a little bit hard to achieve when it comes to electronic payment systems, because there is always a third party, taking note of some of your private and personal information. So after that exploration in the 6 C's model, I would like to go to this slide, which shows some of our trend-setting solutions at Nile Center for Technology Research. These solutions actually will help the FinTech industry to, take the industry to the next level, and they will contribute positively to the 6 C's framework, the one we have just talked about. So let me start with the first one, the PKI, the public key infrastructure. As we all know, without a proper public key infrastructure, there will be no confidence, there will be no confidentiality, there will be no capability in the system. So at NCTR, we are proud to have started the initiative of the PKI in the country. That was in 2009. And in 2012, actually, we became the exclusive partner of PrimeKey, which is the Swedish company responsible for delivering the open source software for the PKI itself. And a couple of years later, we signed a contract to be responsible for the hardware infrastructure, the software infrastructure of the system, and also the policies. The system will be launched in a couple of months, hopefully, and it will be a great enabler for any payment system in terms of capability, confidentiality, and confidence, as I mentioned. Also, we can talk about the ePay 15, which is the e-payment platform, which is connected to the E15 system, the automated governmental fees collection system. ePay 15 has a major value proposition, which is convenience, because it separates the service channel from the payment channel. So whenever I would like to apply for any governmental service, I can do it from the comfort of my home, and then I can pay for that service using any of the available, payment channels. Also, we can talk about AFAQ, which is the first implementation of our e-service platform. This platform is currently being piloted at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and will be launched in a couple of months, hopefully. And it will allow each and everyone who would like to apply for services, Ministry of Foreign Affairs services, to get the service conveniently and pay for it online. Also, we can talk about NEPTA, which is a complete management information system for microfinance institutes. Actually, it can be used at the level of the microfinance institute to run its daily activities, and also at the level of the Central Bank of Sudan to get access, instant access to reports and vital data. The new member of the family is Dorsa, which may be something like, maybe it's the tiniest and the lightest chip on Earth right now. We have obtained it through some smart partnership with a Korean counterpart, and simply it actually turns any Internet of Things device, including mobile phones, to a very secure terminal that will allow security measures such as biometrics and very complex and advanced crypto systems. Also, it comes with an application suite, mobile application suite, which will allow NCTR to provide the service of assessing the security of any mobile app that has been developed by a bank or maybe a third party to make sure that no security holes are there. And definitely these last two products, I mean, this product line will be very interesting in terms of those who provide mobile applications for banks and for banks themselves. Some of these products and services actually have received international awards and recognition. For example, in 2016, the ePay platform received the International Telecommunications Union thematic award for the most innovative solution with social impact. And in 2017, just a couple of months ago, the e-payment, the e-service platform, AFAQ, received the finalist award for the best business model. Okay, finally we come to the takeaways of the presentation. This is what I would like you guys to take away home with you from this presentation. Based on our review for the 6 C's framework, we believe that rapid technological change will provide more capabilities. But there is some sort of a pitfall here, some sort of a trick, because if we believe that technology can only be the solution to our problems, then we are definitely wrong. Technology on its own can do nothing. Technology needs to be matched and combined with a real need in the market and a little bit of innovation to come up with the right solution. Also, internet. Internet with its widespread and the expected drop in its prices, it is expected to open up access, increasing potential coverage and convenience of electronic payments in the future. So for example, if your ATMs, if you are an operator, an ATM operator, if your ATMs have the ability of wireless connectivity and using the internet protocol, for example, so they can use the internet, and take the telecommunication company outside, the value chain, which will automatically affect positively the cost that will be incurred by maybe the consumer or the merchant, which is the third takeaway. And finally, maybe the most important takeaway from this talk is that at NCTR, we believe that we present ourselves as a major asset and a main player in enabling the FinTech industry and taking it maybe to the next level. We are here with open minds. We would like to have smart partnerships, and we believe together we can do more. Thank you very much.